ready to explore a land where a gold rush boom turned into a vacationer's paradise? From the striking Badlands to the lush Black Hills. I mean, this trip is packed with breathtaking scenery, fascinating history, and as always, I will share some travel tips to make your vacation stress-free. So we left the dramatic landscapes of the Badlands and continued west on I-90 towards Rapid City, South Dakota. And that's what I consider the gateway to the Badlands. Okay, here's your first tip. Weather in the Black Hills, like in many, many areas, can change. It can be cold in the morning and sweltering hot in the afternoon. So make sure you dress in layers, especially if you're going hiking. But as we approach Rapid City, to me, the beauty of the landscape started to feel overshadowed by billboard after billboard after billboard. They were advertising tourist attractions, get your gift shops, and the typical roadside stops. But there were so many of them. It was hard to appreciate the beautiful scenery. To me, what should have been an awe-inspiring gateway into the Black Hills was more like looking at a wooded amusement park. And those attractions might be fine. They might be the family's favorite. But just those sheer number of signs made it hard for me to fully appreciate the beauty of the Black Hills. Now, in Rapid City, we passed Reptile Gardens, and that was one of the favorites when my kids were younger and we came out here. They just really enjoyed the alligator show and actually riding tortoises. Now, they probably don't allow that anymore, but that is one of their fond memories of the Black Hills area. Having already marveled at Dahl's chainsaw art, world's largest jackalope, when we were at the Wall drugstore, we weren't surprised to learn that they also had the world's largest Bigfoot in Keystone in the Black Hills. Among the standout pieces are towering Native American figures, each intricately detailed with flowing headdresses. We also saw these playful carvings like bear clubs climbing a rope, which really added a whimsical touch to the display. Their work is truly impressive. It's artistry and craftsmanship. And because I love wood carvings, for me it was a must-see, and it might be for you too. Yet beneath all this consumerism lies a deeper story. Black Hills, or Paha Sapa to the Lakota people, were guaranteed to the Sioux tribes in 1868 in the Treaty of Fort Laramie for their, quote, absolute and undistributed use and occupation, unquote. However, when gold was discovered in 1874, well, Congress changed it. In 1877, they seized the land through eminent domain. They broke the treaty. So, in 1980, the Supreme Court ruled entitling the Sioux to compensation for all of that injustice. In fact, they were awarded over $100 million. But they said, no way. We're not going to accept money. We want the land back. So that money is still in trust. It's over $1 billion now. And they are still fighting to get their land back. So after driving through the Black Hills, we continued south to South Dakota's largest state park, Custer State Park. And guess what? No billboards there. It's beautiful. The entrance fee was $10 for residents and only $15 for non-residents. And there are camping and fishing and lodging opportunities here. But here's a tip. If you're coming during the busy summer months, be sure to reserve in advance. Otherwise, all the lodging may be full. At the park's visitor center, we watched a movie narrated by Kevin Costner offering some insights into the park's wildlife and bison management. Yes, the park is home to approximately 1,400 bison, which roam the area in different herds. Fun fact, every September, Custer State Park holds its annual Buffalo Roundup. And there'll be thousands of visitors that come to watch cowboys and cowgirls round up that buffalo herd. It's very uniquely Western, it's a spectacle, it's tradition, and it's in conservation, kind of the spirit of the Old West. But do remember, they only keep approximately 1,400. The rest will be culled and become meat in somebody's freezer. But this culling helps keep the herd manageable and healthy. And we also discovered one of my favorite, and it was my kids back when too, the begging burros. They approached our car eagerly, wanting a handout. Now you're not supposed to feed wildlife, but many people were feeding them crackers or other snacks. And I have to admit, so did we. And their antics brought a huge smile to my face. Now when you're in Custer State Park, make sure you drive the Needles Highway. It's only 14 miles long, but it is a winding road. It's really a testament to whoever built this road because it's got narrow tunnels, striking spires of mountains, and breathtaking rock formations. It's something you don't want to miss. But here's a tip. If you are driving a larger vehicle, like let's say an RV, you might not be able to navigate the tight turns and get through the tunnels. So check beforehand. If you're enjoying this adventure, don't forget to like and subscribe to keep exploring with me. Along the route, we stopped at Sylvan Lake in Custer State Park. They often call it the crown jewel of the park. It was absolutely gorgeous. It has these huge surrounding granite boulders. I mean, it creates a postcard perfect scene. We watched kayakers and paddle boards moving gracefully across the lake. And it was just a wonderful moment and connection with the beauty of the Black Hills. Fun fact, did you know that Sylvan Lake here served as a backdrop to the movies, including the 2007 National Treasure Book of Secrets? It actually stood in for Mount Rushmore's secret treasure vault. Left Custer State Park and went to Mount Rushmore. And to be honest, we didn't stay long at all. You know, the view hasn't changed since the last 3 times I was there. And it was hot, and we were just getting a little cranky. So we stopped there and had some very good ice cream, but then went on our way because we wanted to catch Spearfish Canyon before the end of the day, which held a lot of good memories for my cousin and I because that is where we stayed the first time we came to the Black Hills. And it is less visited and just gorgeous. There's towering trees, rugged granite cliffs, and meandering roads that made every turn feel like, yeah, what's around the corner? Fun fact, another movie trivia, portions of Dancing with Wolves, the 1990 film, was also shot right here in Spearfish Canyon. Another tip, in this area you're not going to find a lot of amenities, so make sure you bring snacks and plenty of water if you're going on a hike. We stopped at the Spearfish Falls Nature Trail, and it starts right behind the Latch String restaurant, and we're so glad we did. It's only a 1.5 mile trek, round trip, and you descend about 100 feet, but it is definitely a serene escape. And along the way, we encountered a wedding party that was having their photos taken there. I mean, what a perfect backdrop.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're going to get your picture.
Yeah.
May you have many, many years.
Thank you. 13 years we've been together.
It's about time then.
The only sounds were the chirping of birds and the falling of the water. It was completely serene. It was almost like a sacred moment. We are so glad we took that trail. One more tip if you're hiking, make sure you're taking along some sunscreen, but also bug spray. I hear there can be mosquitoes here. Now, in September when we were there, we never saw a bug, but your experience may be different. Now, that beautiful Spearfish Falls, I learned something interesting about it. When the Hydro Plant 2 was constructed in 1918, it diverted the water flow from the falls, and there was no more falls. Thankfully, in 1990, the water was rechanneled and we had the falls again. We actually visited that defunct Hydro 2 plant, which is now owned by the South Dakota Game and Fish and Parks Department. And look at this. We were absolutely amazed. Look at all those rainbow trout. So many fish. It must be a fisherman's paradise.
We were lucky enough to spot a family of bighorn sheep on our way out of Spearfish Canyon. And we really enjoyed watching a little juvenile sheep who struggled adorably to navigate the craggy rocks to reunite with its mother. We were laughing out loud at part of it. It was just so cute.
Darkness was approaching and we decided to skip Deadwood, the old west town. We had both been there before and just didn't want to go through the mountain areas in the dark, so we made our way to Sturgis. And we were staying in the Sturgis Bay Inn and Suites. The rate was surprisingly affordable, just $82.71 for the night. So after settling in, we went to the hotel bar, had a little bit to eat, talked to other travelers. I mean, we had a nice time there. And then we went into their very small, just a little bit bigger than a closet, casino, and I lost $5 really quick and I stopped. But my cousin Jana, she was a winner. Now Sturgis, where we were staying, is the home of the legendary motorcycle rally, which attracts over 500,000 visitors each summer. Fun fact, did you know that the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally started in 1938? And originally it was just a single motorcycle race with 9 motorcycles. Sturgis also boasts they have the largest biker bar in the world. And you might have seen it in a reality series. It's called the Full Throttle Saloon. And I was curious. We decided to check it out. We went on the website. It said they were still open even though it was evening. I wanted to grab a shirt for somebody at work. And my husband used to have a Harley. So I was just interested in having a drink there. But alas, it was completely dark and they were closed. Oh well, we were actually feeling a bit tired and it was probably time to call it a night, because tomorrow we were going to visit Devil's Tower and then on to Thermopolis, Wyoming. So I hope you join me for more out west road trip adventures. You know, we're looking at iconic landmarks, hidden little gems, and so much to explore. So stay tuned. Remember, adventure awaits.